Hello everyone, this is Nihilist Flicks, and I'm back with an updated collection video. So last year I just did my steelbooks. This year I just want to go over my entire collection, my Blu-Rays, my 4K, steelbooks, everything. I'm gonna plan on just splitting everything up in its own individual videos. So this video I'm gonna be starting off with my standard 4K movie, so let's get started. First up I got 3:10 of Yuma. Great remake, can't go wrong. Russell Crowe, Christian Bale. 13 Hours, a really good film. I really like this. Directed by Michael Bay. I think definitely one of his strongest films. I really enjoyed it. Another great film, Quiet Place. I never got really excited for the sequel, and I'm still not really that excited. I feel like they kind of made that movie just because this one made so much money and was so popular. But we'll see how it turns out. Oh man. American Psycho. This is my favorite film of all time. I absolutely love this film. There's so much, it's a dark comedy. I find it hilarious. I think, in my opinion, Christian Bale's best performance. So many memorable scenes. If you've not seen this, you're missing out. Don't just stare at it, eat it. Annihilation. This was my favorite film. I think 2018 is when it came out. Alex Garland directed this. He's become one of my most favorite directors. I loved this movie. He did Ex Machina before. Man, anything he comes out with, I'm gonna be super insanely excited for. So, another great film. Kind of went under the radar, so definitely check it out. I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix for those who want to watch it. Next up, got Apollo 13, classic, Argo. Not, in my opinion, not Ben Affleck's best film. We'll get to that later, but definitely a great film. Arrival, really great science fiction film. Let's see, Atomic Blonde, haven't gotten around to watching this yet. We got Baby Driver, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, Ultimate Edition. Honestly, the only way to watch this film, I know it's 3 hours long, but I think the scenes and everything that gets added to it really benefits the film. It doesn't make it a great movie, but a lot more enjoyable. Let's see, Black Hawk Down. Blade Runner, classic. I don't love it like most people do. A lot of people hail that as one of the best science fiction films of all time. Really good. I don't know. I kind of prefer the sequel, if I'm gonna be honest. Let's see, Black Klansman. Great movie. Really enjoyed it when I watched it in theaters. Brave. One of the few Pixar films I've not seen yet. I think from what I've heard, it's definitely one on the lower end, but I'll get around to it. Braveheart. Can't go wrong with Braveheart. Bumblebee. I haven't gone around watching this either, but I heard great things about it. Cabin in the Woods. See, Cars. And Cars 2. I don't have 3. Die Hard. A great Christmas movie. Let's see, you got Dr. Sleep. I saw this in theaters, and I remember, I think I worked like a 14-hour shift that day, and I honestly kind of fell asleep in the third end of the film, so I need to go back here and rewatch and finish watching that. Dunkirk. Now, I love everything that Christopher Nolan does. He's my favorite director. I love him. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed initially when I watched this, because I was expecting the story to be a bit more upfront and prevalent, and I kind of was disappointed in a sense, but I mean, it's Christopher Nolan, man. He can't do no wrong in my book. Got The Equalizer here. Everest. See, you got Sam Raimi's Evil Dead. I wonder whether they're gonna bring out the remake. I really enjoyed the remake too. Ex Machina, phenomenal film. Introduced me to Alicia Vikander. Big fan. Love this film. Again, if you've not seen this, you're missing out. It's phenomenal. Got Exodus, Gods and Kings. Visually amazing, just like anything Ridley Scott does. I enjoyed it though. It's quite long, but I enjoyed it. We got Finding Nemo and Finding Dory. I mean, Finding Nemo is a classic. Can't go wrong with Finding Nemo. First Man. Thought it was pretty good. I didn't think it was as great as a lot of people made it out to be, but I thought it was really good. Get Out. Jordan Peele's been on a roll, with that movie and Us and other stuff he's been doing. Got Ghost in the Shell, that phenomenal looking slipcover. I enjoyed it. I don't really know much about Ghost in the Shell or just anime or anything in that world, so I enjoyed it. Visually looks great. Not amazing, but I had a fun time. Gladiator, one of the best films of all time. Can't go wrong with this, man. You can't go wrong with this. I know that they had talked about some sort of not a prequel. I guess it's like a spiritual successor or something. I don't know what they're gonna do with that, if they're still doing it. I don't know. I'm kind of skeptical on that though. Good Dinosaur. It's not a top 10 Pixar film by any means, but I feel like it's one that's underrated. I really enjoyed it. Again, not top 10, but I enjoyed it. Underrated. Now, movies that's not underrated. Goodfellas. I mean, Scorsese, De Niro, Pesci, Liotta. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. One of the probably the best gangster film, whatever, mafia film, mobster film, whatever. In my opinion, that's hands down the best. Great Gatsby. I really enjoyed this film. Now, I understand a lot of people's problems with it, about, its adaptation from the book. It's heavy reliance on green screen and everything, but I really enjoyed it. I really like the performances. I really like this film. I think it's underrated. Got John Carpenter's Halloween, classic horror film. I'm not the biggest horror guy, but definitely a great film. And to follow up on that, got the 2018 kind of the sequel to the original Halloween. I really enjoyed it. I really like the callbacks to the original Halloween, and I know that they're kind of doing something different. At least from what I heard, is that they're doing the sequels back to back and release them in the same month. Interesting. We'll see if they'll do that. I don't know if they've changed plans or not, but we'll see. Got Hellboy. And let's see. Got Hell or High Water. Hostiles. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Probably my second favorite Christmas movie of all time. I obviously love this film. I loved it as a kid. I still love it now. I love this, live action rendition of the Grinch. Movie I'll watch every Christmas. Got the Hunger Games. Just got the first one. Probably my favorite. I know a lot of people say Catching Fire is the best, which I can see, but for me, I like the first one the best. Inception. A modern classic, easily. Incredible Hulk. Probably my least favorite MCU film. No. One of my least favorites. I did not really like it when I initially watched it, and when I rewatched it the second time not too long ago, I liked it a little better, but it's not. Independence Day, classic. Inside Out. Man, this is classic Pixar. The creativity in this, and just so many hilarious moments. Great film. Interstellar. I know a lot of people didn't like this film. I really enjoyed it. Visually, it's phenomenal. It's a long movie, but I really like it. I really like it. It does the job for me. Next up, Jack Reacher. And we got John Wick. John Wick Chapter 2. And John Wick 3. Can't go wrong with John Wick. Got Jumanji, the reboot. And we got The Next Level. Haven't gone to seen this yet. I just bought it. It literally just came out, I think last week on Blu-ray. So we got King Kong. We got Kingsman, Secret Service, and Kingsman, The Golden Circle. I actually have yet to see this movie yet, but I really enjoyed the first one. Knives Out, another recent release. One of my favorite movies of last year. Great Rian Johnson, did a fantastic job. I know they're in talks of potentially doing more. Kind of taking Daniel Craig's character, kind of just put him in another situation, another family, another mystery to figure out, which I'm all for. I love this film. Great movie. The Lego Movie Part 2. We got Life of Pi. We got Logan. I mean, this is what I'm talking about when it comes to comic movies. Like, hey, I'm as much of a fan of, the Marvel movies and everything that comes out, these blockbusters, but when we get movies like this that take a step outside of the comic book genre and do something different, at least, for being labeled as a comic book movie, superhero movie, whatever, you don't get these all the time. So when they do come out, you gotta know to appreciate it. And next we got Lone Survivor. Really enjoyed this film. Next up is Love, Simon. Really good. I don't think it really got much attention, but I really enjoy this. I love these kind of films that are more set in the high school setting, and kind of more or less like a coming to age sort of feel to them. I really enjoy them. Maybe because I'm not too far removed from high school. I'm only 22, so I can still kind of relate to that. I don't know. I just love these kind of films. Really good movie if you haven't seen it. Got The Magnificent Seven. Man of Steel. Underrated, man. I'm one of those who absolutely love this film. I understand people's frustrations with the film, but for me, it works. I love it. One of my favorite comic movies of all time, hands down. Got The Martian here. Have yet to see the extended cuts, so I look forward to watching that at some point. Got the original Matrix. Did not bother getting the sequels. We'll see how the fourth one goes. Got The Mule. Really enjoyed this movie, man. Clint Eastwood. Essentially just a mule, of course. But really enjoyed that movie. Oblivion. What is this? Overlord. Heard it's really good. Haven't gotten around to watching it yet, though. Got that for Black Friday. Pan's Labyrinth. Classic. Guillermo del Toro. Movie is in Spanish, so if you don't mind watching subtitles on, great one. Easily one of the best fantasy films ever made. Easily. There you got The Post. And we got the classic Predator. Honestly, the only Predator you need, in my opinion. I absolutely hate 2. You wanna know about 2? I actually did not even finish watching the movie. At some point, I remember I just was bored. I'm like, why am I watching this? So I turned it off, sold the copy. I never will watch it again. But the first one, it's a classic. You got Prometheus. Man, underrated film. There's a vocal community out there who really enjoy this film and champion it, and I do too, man. It's not Alien level, but I really enjoyed this. I think it's really good. Really good. It stands on its own. Got The Prestige. Under, if you want to say Christopher Nolan film, then underrated, but this is definitely underrated. It's not talked about a lot because everyone talks about, you know, when they talk about Christopher Nolan, they talk about Inception, Dark Knight movies, this and that. Watch this. Now I got all the Rambo movies. We got Rambo First Blood. We got Rambo First Blood Part 2. Then we got Rambo 3. And Rambo. It's weird how they do the name in all these movies. It was First Blood, then they added Rambo, then they took out First Blood, then it's just Rambo now. What the hell? I don't have the newest one yet. Ratatouille. Ooh, we got the cool version of Ready Player One, Target exclusive lenticular slipcover. See, Red Sparrow. I remember watching that. I heard it's interesting. Sausage Party. Definitely rated R. Man, that last scene. Wow. Saving Private Ryan. Can't go wrong with that. Tom Hanks, man. And young Matt Damon. Serenity. We got The Shallows. Schindler's List. The Shining. I recently just got this, so really happy about that. I got it for like $5. I was so happy. Sicario. Great movie. Got Split. Man. Star Trek Into Darkness, and Star Trek Beyond. Man, I really like these films. I'm a big fan. I have not seen the originals, so I'm not a Trekkie, but these are great movies, man. I really hope. I know the fourth one has been in kind of production hell in a sense, so they're going forward with it, and they stopped, and now they're back on, I guess. So hopefully they make it, because I really do enjoy these. We got Step Brothers. Classic comedy there. Terminator 2, Judgment Day. Now I know, I've not seen this. I haven't seen the 4K of this, but I've heard it's an awful transfer. Everyone bashes on it, but they haven't released a new version of it, so I don't know. Probably one you should probably worry about if you're really into picture quality. Got Tomb Raider. The Town. Now, when I was talking about Argo, this has been Avic's best film. Love that film. Got some classics. Toy Story. Toy Story 2. And Toy Story 3. Probably the first one's probably my favorite. Great movie. Great. Well, quadrilogy now. Phenomenal. Classic Pixar. We got Us. Valerian. Widows. Dark Phoenix. Man, I like this film. I know a lot of people bash it, a lot of people hate it, but for me, I think it has some redeeming qualities of it. The music, first of all, is phenomenal. I think it's better than Last Stand, but to each their own. I enjoy it, but I understand people who don't. We got the X-Men 3-film collection. So this is the original 3 movies. The first one's great. The second one is an amazing comic book film. Third one, not bad. It's all right. And last for the regular Blu-rays or 4K Blu-rays, Zero Dark 30. Great film, intense. Even though we already know how it's gonna go down, but it's still pretty intense. So Kathleen Bigelow, man, she does some great movies. That, Her Locker, She's good. Now into some collector's editions or some bigger box sets. We got 2001, A Space Odyssey. It's a really nice edition with this hard cardboard slipcase. You got the movie, and you get some, I think, art cards in this. Now, here's the thing about 2001. I respect it. I understand the impact that it had on movies, on sci-fi, the film industry in general. It's long. Honestly, it's a little boring in my opinion, but it's a movie that I think I like talking about it more than I actually enjoy watching it. Like, I think the discussion about the film and all the theories that go with it is more interesting than the film itself for me. But I mean, I know it's a classic, so definitely one you should definitely have in your collection, or at least watch once if you're a film fan. Another classic film, Apocalypse Now. The final cut. This is an awesome edition because the final cut includes the Redux version. I think it included the theatrical too. I think somewhere here, but 4K Blu-rays. You get the original version. You get the Redux Special Features disc. You get the Hearts of Darkness documentary. Amazing edition here. Next, we got the Bourne collection. So this has all, 5 Bourne films? Yeah. So Identity, Supremacy, Ultimatum, Legacy, and Jason Bourne. So you got E.T. Classic Spielberg. I mean, can't go wrong with E.T. So you get the nice lenticular box with it. You get the movie, obviously. You get the soundtrack. Well, it's 8 tracks, so I don't think it's the entire soundtrack. I don't know, but pretty cool. And a nice little booklet as well. So, I mean, classic E.T. Next up, we got the Mission Impossible 6-film collection, or 6-movie collection. So they have the Blu-rays and the 4K separate, but all 6 films. Planet of the Apes, the new trilogy. I know a lot of people respect it, but I still feel like it's underrated. Man, because these movies are phenomenal. I still say the first one, Rise, is probably my favorite, but all of them are fantastic. All of them are fantastic, and it's the CGI in the movies are just insane, and man, it's just phenomenal. Love it. We got X-Men 3-film collections. This is a new trilogy. First Class, Days of Future Past, and Apocalypse. First Class, fantastic. X-Men Days of Future Past, one of the best comic movies of all time. And X-Men Apocalypse. You know, it's all right. It has its moments, but it honestly felt very campy to me. Like, it felt like an early 2000s comic movie, which was pretty strange. And then we got Westworld, The Maze, Season 1. So there's this tin case, and you get like a booklet in there, book guide. So haven't got around to watching this yet, but I've heard great things about it. So, and I know Season 3 just came out, so definitely look forward to that. And that will do it. That's all of my 4K movies, not including 4K steelbooks. So that'll be in its own video, so definitely look forward to that. Anyways, I hope you all enjoy. Like, again, look forward for the other collection videos I have coming up. The next one will probably be my regular Blu-rays, and after that I'll be finishing off with the steelbook. So thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, this has been Nihilist Flicks.